This is the Middle Tennessee High School Sports Show with your hosts, Mike Strasinger and Jacob Gholson.
All right, sports fans, welcome into another edition of the Middle Tennessee High School Sports Show. I'm Mike Strasinger alongside of Jacob Gholson here. What's up, Jacob?
Nothing much.
You doing all right?
I am. Things heating up.
They are. This is a very busy week, kicking off a really busy time of the year. Lots of playoffs going on. Fall sports are coming to state tournament time in all top five sports. We're taping live at Corner Pub at the Woods out here in Bellevue. Thanks to Woods Murphy and his staff for letting us camp out here for a minute. Really busy time of the year. It's very exciting. This is what the kids have been working for all through the summer and all through the fall. Yesterday we went over to the what's called the Metro Nashville Cross Country Championships right over here at Steeplechase, and that was a pretty good day to run, I think.
It was a great day.
Now you're a runner. Would it have been a good day to run yesterday?
Well, I think at 3 o'clock when those junior varsity races is a little bit too hot, but by the time those varsity races kicked off at 4:30 and 5, it was just perfect weather. The sun was going down, made the course really beautiful. But I've run that course in 40-degree weather and 90-degree weather.
Which would you rather run in?
Probably the 40.
No doubt.
90's miserable. But it was a great day, great weather, great atmosphere.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we put together a little highlight package, so take a look at that right now. The annual Metro Nashville Cross Country Championship was run Tuesday at the Steeplechase course at Percy Warner Park. This is a good competition between schools across the city, regardless of size, or public or private. It gives the athletes a good chance to compete against each other. And at the Steeplechase course also gives them good practice if they were to make it to the state meet. The Steeplechase course is one of the tougher courses around, so it's good to get that practice in. Harpeth Hall, Father Ryan, Hume Fogg, Pope John Paul II, DCA, CPA, St. Cecilia, Ensworth, Cane Ridge, Hillsborough, University School of Nashville, all doing well. 5K course over the Steeplechase hills and trails. This was a really good race for the youngsters, as it turned out. Coming across here for Harpeth Hall is freshman Bella Gillamandegi with a very respectable time, 1952. She's followed closely by another freshman. This is Grace Feltner from Father Ryan. Coming across, followed closely by Shelby Marenza from St. Cecilia. And along here she comes. This is Brookty Frog from Hume Fogg. Very nice. Then coming in next, two girls from Father Ryan. First Celia Harrison, and then Mary Hampton Hayden. And this young woman, Alex Massey, is also a world-class swimmer, part of the Harpeth Hall National Championship swim team. It's Alex Massey. And we have Virginia Hunt from Hume Fogg. Remy Schimmel from Ensworth. Cordelia Burks from Pope John Paul II coming in. Great crowd out there. Beautiful weather. This is Camden Johnson from Harpeth Hall, followed closely by Arden Anderson of Hume Fogg. So the individual champion was Bella Gillamandegi, and the overall winner, was Father Ryan's team. Very respectable. Top 5 out of the 7 score, and Father Ryan got it done there. So on the boys' side, another 5K going. This was a really close race throughout. Timothy Hayes from University School, William Connor, Hillsborough, Andrew Cox from FRA, Cyril Albemarle from Father Ryan up there the whole way. A few guys from MBA, CPA. Your eventual winner in a very close race here. Watch how this finishes. This is Timothy Hayes of University School just nipping out Connor Williams from Hillsborough, 14/100ths of a second. Then here comes Andrew Cox, the Division II Single A winner, state champion last year. Then we have Ciro Alpamont from Father Ryan, followed by Ethan Roden from FRA. Hale Griffith from MBA, and coming up right behind him is teammate William Holman from MBA. Then Colin Knapp from Father Ryan, Pelham Burdenson from University School, and William Cohen from Hillsborough. Oh, and here comes Will Stacy from Father Ryan. Eventual winner is Father Ryan. The boys won the city championship. It was a great day for everybody.
Well, there you go. That was pretty cool. It's so neat to see the kids get to run together, public, private, small schools, big schools, whatever. And the two freshman women, young ladies from Father Ryan and Harpeth Hall, very exciting to see. They're going to be fun to watch over the next 4 years.
Yep.
That'd be great. All right, we're going to get into volleyball now. Volleyball, the sectional tournaments are going on tomorrow, Thursday. There's big matchups all across the state. We're going to concentrate, of course, on Middle Tennessee area. And Jacob's going to tell us who's playing in the sectionals. And these are, this is it. The winner goes on to state, loser goes home.
Big deal. All right, for Division I Single A, we have East Robertson at Sell Creek, CSAS at Watertown.
Yeah, it's Chattanooga School of Arts and Sciences.
Gotcha. Next matchup is Loretto at Harpeth, then Hickman County at Summertown. Moving on to AA, we have Hickson at Livingston Academy, Camden at Nolensville, and then Hume-Fogg at Portland, last year's state champions. Moving on to AAA, we have Blackman at Cleveland, Cookville at Siegel, Ravenwood at Station Camp, and then Wilson Central at Brentwood.
All right, I'm going to tell you about the Division II matchups. These are taking place Saturday at most locations. FRA, this is single Division II Single A, FRA at Concord Christian, Tipton Rosemark at Good Pasture, and Kings Academy at BGA. Division II AA, also Saturday, Ensworth at Briarcrest, Father Ryan at Baylor, Lipscomb at Knoxville Catholic, and then today, in just a few minutes, at 4 o'clock over at Harpeth Hall, they're playing their sectional today. Or it's not really sectional, I don't know what it's called, a regional maybe, I'm not sure why, but anyway, they're playing St. Agnes from Memphis is playing Harpeth Hall, and I'm going over there in just a few minutes. All right, that takes us to soccer. And soccer, they're in district tournaments this week. They're going to be in region tournaments next week, and we'll give you a full report. Please tweet the scores at us.
Yep.
At where?
At MTHS Sports Show.
All right, and we will retweet the results, and we'll have a full report on soccer next week. In golf, the Division I large schools state championships are taking place as we speak down in it's Willowbrook Golf Club outside of Manchester, Tennessee. We were down there a couple weeks ago. It's nice.
It's a great course.
Nice. So yesterday, after one day of play in the girls' team, Station Camp was tied for first with Tennessee High School. Franklin was in fourth place, Tullahoma in sixth place. Individually, Lynn Lim of Station Camp fired a 1 under, first place, and then we had 3 young women tied for second at 2 over. Shelly Jang of Ravenwood, Kendall Maynard of Clarksville, and Sadie Pan of Rossview all were 2 over going into today's action. On the boys' side, Franklin and Science Hill were tied for first. Individually, in the boys' side of things, Jackson Wilcox and Lance Simpson of Franklin were both tied at -1 for third place going into the second round of play today. So they'll wrap up, and we will tweet out those results as we get them. All right, that takes us to football. And last week, Friday night, Jacob and I went over to MBA for the Brentwood Academy at MBA game, a classic matchup, two perennial powerhouses. Just as a great rivalry. The weather was a little unpleasant.
It was rough.
Jake got a little cold and wet. I thought it was I was cold.
You were having fun.
I was covered up. I had the waterproof gear on. It was all right. But anyway, those two teams really went at it, and here's a little package we put together for that.
All right, Friday night over at MBA, classic matchup. Two rival teams, MBA and Brentwood Academy, going to go at it. A big crowd on hand despite the rainy conditions. Brentwood Academy gets things started in the first quarter with a 30-yard run around the left side by Jordan James here. And you can see the heavy rain. It's 7-0, 5:01 to go in the first quarter.
Gholson 9 yards on the play.
The rain was really coming down. It was raining sideways at times. You can see the wind blowing there. Here, Zach Herbstreit is going to be on the receiving end from a 9-yard pass from Marcel Reed. The freshman quarterback, Zach Herbstreit, 9 yards from Marcel Reed. The point after is no good. Late in the first half, 7-6, Brentwood Academy. Great crowd on here. Great student section from NBA. They had a great time despite getting soaked. Marcel Reed here warming up at halftime. Very impressed with this young man. Very poised, tough conditions, huge game. He got it done. It's a swing pass around the left side here to Stokes Myers for NBA. Gets the Big Red close late in the game in the third quarter. 6:36 left in the third quarter. Marcel Reed goes in for the 1-yard score. The 2-point try failed, but NBA was up 12-6. Here a field goal by Andrew Bulgarian, 36-yard field goal. Makes it 15-6 late in the game, 4:19 to go. And then a first down, a big play by Reed to get the first down to ice the game for NBA. 15-6 is your final.
Well, that was some game. The weather was brutal though.
Yeah. And
hats off to both those teams and their fans. But the teams, they played pretty well despite the weather conditions. I think there was only a couple, 2 or 3 turnovers, and it was an exciting game with NBA coming out on top. Always a fun matchup. Mm-hmm. All right, that takes us to our football picks of the week. The highlight of the week for me. I don't know about you, but Jacob has been killing it. We're doing this for charity. Remember, $50 towards our favorite charity. Jacob, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for Men of Valor, a Nashville prison ministry.
And I'm with the World Wildlife Foundation. So the loser pays the other charity $50.
Yep.
Glad to do it if that happens.
Of course.
So where do we stand after last week's action?
So Mike, you went 5-1 this past week. So that's pretty good. That moves you to 56-13 overall.
Okay.
And that's a correct percentage of 81%.
That's respectable.
I went 4-2. So the past 2 weeks you've been catching up now.
That's right. Here I come.
And I'm now at 57-11. That's an 83% correct
Not bad.
percentage. So it's within 2%.
Just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm coming.
Right.
I'm coming. All right, so we this week, again, a little bit of an abbreviated schedule, still some bye weeks out there. Only 8 games on our picks this week.
Mm-hmm.
We have this A or B thing, and I think you have A this week. Go for it.
All right, first game is Hillsboro at Cane Ridge. Hillsboro is 3-4 overall, and Cane Ridge is 6-2. Hillsboro, they have one of the toughest schedules in high school football out of anybody out there. Here's a list of the teams they've lost to. They've lost to Innsworth, Gallatin, Pearl-Cohn, and Beach. So all 4 of those games really tough, and they've kept up in most of those games. So altogether, 3-4 isn't a horrible record considering their strength of schedule. Cane Ridge on the other side, they've won their last 5 games, but I think all 5 of those games have been pretty easy matchups for them. So I think Hillsboro's had some tough losses, but they've been playing really good football. I think they go to Cane Ridge and win the game.
Wow.
Don't let me down, Hillsboro. Next game is Stratford 5-2 at East Nashville 6-1. Stratford, they're no slouch of a team. They're ranked 77th in the state by Max Preps. Stratford, they've won their last 4 games, 3 of which have been on the road. But this week they're facing an East Nashville team that just got handed their first loss of the year by Pearl-Cohn. I think East is going to come out really, really angry and probably blow Stratford out, being a home game for them.
Wow. Blow them out.
My next game is Mount Juliet Christian, 4-3 overall, at Friendship Christian, 5-2 overall. Mount Juliet Christian, they've gotten hot as they've won 3 weeks in a row. However, I just think Friendship Christian is the better team. They're at home too. So I think Mount Juliet Christian's win streak is going to end here. I'm going to say 15-20 point win for Friendship here. Next game is Waverly at 4-3 versus Houston County 7-0. This game is going to be played at a neutral site. These teams, I think they're more even than what their records show, as both squads, they're undefeated in regional play. However, it's been Houston County's season all year. I think they continue to keep rolling here and stay undefeated. Okay. Next game is Huntland 4-3 at Moore County 3-4. This is a big district rivalry here between 2 decent teams. Should be a very close and hard fought. match, after I looked at the results from both teams' schedules, I noticed something interesting with Moore County. They've won all 3 road games, but they've lost all 4 home games. I really think they're going to go all out here. They're against their rival, big home game. They haven't won a home game all year. I think they're going to do it finally and move to 500 on the season. Next game is Whites Creek 3-4 at Pearl Cone 8-0. Pearl Cone, they've been tested these last 2 weeks, only beating Hillsboro by 7 and East by 14. I think they're going to steamroll Whites Creek, and they'll probably win by 35 or more. They'll have a running clock. Next matchup is Cookeville 3-4 at Siegel 0-7. Cookeville's a much better team than 3-4. They've had several close game losses, and they've got some easy games left on the schedule that they're going to take advantage of. This matchup being one of them against a winless Siegel team. They're going to go to Siegel, get an easy win, and start a journey to get back to a winning record. I think they'll have one by the end of the year. My last game of the week is Grundy County 0-7 at Upperman 6-1. This is a no-brainer. I think Upperman's going to take it. However, I just want to point out that this is a matchup between the Yellow Jackets and the Bees. So I think Upperman is going to take care of business.
Wow.
And they're going to leave Grundy County with a stinger.
Oh, God. Wow. Thanks. Good work.
Yeah.
Good work. All right. All right. Well done. Very nice. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Still coming after you, though. All right. Macon County at DeKalb County. Macon County 4-3, 2-0 in region. DeKalb County 4-4, 1-1 in region. A couple Region 3 4A schools here vying for the number 2 seed in the region. Very important seed. I think Macon County, though, is the better team here. They win a close one. Brentwood at Franklin. Okay. Big game. Doesn't matter when these two teams get together, the record and all that, throw out the record books like they say and all that. This is at Franklin. That might give them an edge. We'll see. It's an old Williamson County rivalry, each winning 5 of the last 10 games. Okay, big game though for Brentwood. They cannot afford a loss. They're leading the region. They control their own destiny, and I think they're going to lock it up with a win over Franklin this week. Hunters Lane 1-6, 1-2 in region at Glencliff 0-8, 0-3. These two teams really having hard seasons, but this is why we play the games. With a little pride out there, guys. We'll see how we finish. Tough season for both, but Hunters Lane is I think, going to win this one. Stewart's Creek 6-1, 3-1 in region at Lebanon 4-3, 2-1 in region. It's a non-region game, kind of late in the year for that. But looking at their schedule, Lebanon has more quality wins. I think they've played a harder schedule. The Blue Devils win a close one.
Nice.
Antioch 0-7, 0-4 in region at Overton 0-7, 0-3 in region. All right, this is a game that had so much drama last year, late in the season. This was the last game, regular season. Overton was headed towards the playoffs. Antioch was not. A fight broke out at the end of the game. It was terrible. Fans got involved, coaches, parents, cats and dogs. It was very ugly. Both teams got suspended for 2 years from the playoffs. Both teams lost their head coaches. The two teams have been reinstated for playoffs this year if they were eligible, but neither one's going to make it. We got new coaches. This is another game they're playing for pride and trying to show a little sportsmanship here. So I think Overton's going to get this one. They have had some closer losses, if you will, over the course of the year. There was one. Wilson Central only beat Overton by 1, whereas they beat Antioch 54-0. Okay, and in fact, Antioch has been outscored this year 395-26.
Oh.
So all signs point to Overton here. Smyrna 4-3 overall, 3-1 in region at Ravenwood, 6-1 overall, 3-1 in region. While Ravenwood has looked impressive most of the year, we went and saw. You weren't with me. I went to CPA at Ravenwood at CPA a week ago, Thursday night game, I think, and I was not impressed with Ravenwood. Okay, they're good. They look good. They passed the eye test, but they didn't. It was 7-7 at halftime, and they were so much bigger and more athletic than CPA. But CPA, great game playing by Ingle Martin, had them tied 7-7 at halftime, and they were in it. Ravenwood did pull away at the end, 24-7. Now they have been without their coach, their head coach, for the last 2 weeks. He got suspended along with an assistant coach because the assistant coach, former Titans player, suited up, put pads on, participated in practice, and the kid ended up getting hurt. And so that was a big mess. Now the coach will be back this week, and I think Ravenwood will be back to their dominant ways. They're going to send a message to the rest of 6A that they're ready to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. So Ravenwood over that one, over Smyrna in that one. County at Stone Memorial, Cumberland County 0-7, 0-2 in region. Stone Memorial 1-6, 0-3 in region. The winner of this game will most likely still make the playoffs, though, as crazy as that might be. It's a 5-team region, 4 teams will make it, and the winner of this looks like they have the 4th spot. And Cumberland County, Stone Memorial might be a little bit better defensively here, so I'm going to go with the Panthers of Stone Memorial.
Nice.
Clay County 6-1, 3-0 in region. At White County 4-3. No region record on White County. They're not in a region. It's kind of a weird deal, but they play as an independent in football. This means they're not eligible for playoffs, and I think that's going to hurt. Them. They have nothing to play for. Whereas Clay County's rolling. They're ready. They're headed toward the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Clay County on this one. That's going to do it, man. That's how I do it. That's my picks.
They all sound good.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm coming at you, big guy. Coming at you. That's going to do it for this week. Now get out there and support your local high school teams. Big week. Lots of stuff going on. District soccer, regions next week. Volleyball this week.
Golf going on right now.
Golf going on right now. Cross country heating up. Football playoff situations. Everybody's trying to vie for position.
Yep.
So get out there and support your local high school teams. Thanks for watching. Follow us, subscribe. You know what to do. We're out. Good job, man.